Tonight's Facebook Friday story is about how to protect your well water from contamination. TV6's Gabrielle Mays joins us now with the story. Gabrielle?
Good evening, Steve, and everyone at home. Over 15 million U.S. households regularly depend on private groundwater wells. And tonight we'll take a look at the steps homeowners should take to make sure their well water is safe enough to drink.
Out here, and one thing we highly recommend is that you kind of firm it up a little bit around the well casing so that the water goes away from the well, so that way water doesn't pool up right there and potentially go down into the groundwater.
Eric Kleiman installs private wells into homes, and he says in order to make sure your groundwater is safe, every well cap should have a seal.
But this is an old type of well cap. It does not have a rubber seal in here, so you can see where things might have crawled in here and some spider webs and things like that. The new well caps that we have to install meet a different type of code. They actually have a rubber seal that would seal on the outer diameter of the well casing, and there's no way for anything really to get in here.
On the TV6 and Fox UP Facebook page, we wanted to know how often you test your well water. Nathan said maybe a few times a year when the frost and groundwater move in the spring, and maybe in the fall or when water tastes or smells different. Well water should be tested once a year during the spring or after it rains. Sample test bottles can be found at your local health department or township halls.
A coliform test is basically a quick and dirty test to establish whether or not you may or may not have a compromise to your well. Coliform bacteria aren't pathogenic bacteria generally. They're just bacteria that aren't typically found in groundwater.
And actually something that I didn't know, when you're testing your well water, you're never supposed to test from the sink because it can already be contaminated from the food that you may cook during the day. But you want to make sure you use the sample tap at the storage tank. And then when you're done filling up those bottles, you can take them to your local drinking water lab and have them tested for a fee.